Good morning, friends. Happy Monday. And it is a happy Monday for me. I'll tell you about this in just a second. It is your friend in flowers, Lisa Mason Ziegler. And, nothing can kickstart my day than to come out and open the germination chamber and to have lots of sprouting babies. And that's in fact what has happened. So I just took these out of the germination chamber. And so I basically last week had Bobo restart all the snaps because we're always doing germination tests. And because, I start the same seeds that you're buying off of our shelves. Literally, I bring those packs home and that's what we use. And I just love starting snaps in a germination chamber because it's like a steam bath, right? And they really, really love that. So 50% or more have sprouted. So I took them and 6 other trays here. I basically started all of, here's another one. This is Opus. See, you can hardly see them. You can see the ones that are up, and then there's as many that are just sprouting. So I basically restarted all the mixes, and we'll plant some of them, I'm sure, but this is more of a test. But what I wanted to share was, a germination chamber is just one of many things that are included in Flower Farming School. There's literally a video in Flower Farming School of my sister and I building my germination chamber, along with your list of all the supplies you needed, where to get the thermostat, all that kind of information. And it just is one more piece of the pie as you get into flower farming and you're starting more and more seeds. That's when you take the next step to a germination chamber. A germination chamber is not needed, most likely, by a first or a second year flower farmer, right? It's when your volume gets more than you can start, and because it takes up space and, of course, resources. So friends, I couldn't wait to share my Snapdragons with you, as well as I just don't want anybody to not know this. We have a special offer in Flower Farming School this week. Everybody enrolled by Halloween night, midnight, 3 days from now. Actually, it's 4 days, isn't it? Will be included in my live boot camps. We're doing 7 live boot camp sessions. And I cannot wait. They start in mid-November, and the last one, which is a big grand finale wrap-up boot camp live session, is like the 3rd week in January. So they're nicely spread out. There's a boot camp session for each one of the classes in my Flower Farming School, which is 6. The 6 basic foundation steps to get started, get up, get growing, get some cash flow going, and how you do all of that. So friends, and also, I don't know if you have already attended one of my live master classes. We have 2 more this week. It's where to sell your cut flowers. It's free. You can actually comment Sales 101 here in the comments, and we'll DM you the link to sign up. But you can also just go to my website, thegardenersworkshop.com, and it's at the top of every page. And friends, I have done so many lives now about Flower Farming School because we are heading into the time of the year. For me personally, after all these years of flower farming, I really look to the months that we're not harvesting. I'm still busy all winter long doing things for my flower farming business. But when the harvesting piece is taken off the table, do you want to know what I replace that focus of time is on learning? You should never stop investing in yourself and learning more. I mean, I buy courses all the time. I buy books. I'm always reading. I'm always watching. And that's what keeps a business alive and growing. And going to conferences. I just got back from the ASCFG meeting, and I mean, networking with other growers, networking with like-minded people, which in fact brings me to, we have a private group for my students. There's a couple thousand people in there, and there is nothing like having a bunch of cheerleaders for you when you have a win, but more importantly, to pick you up off the ground when you have a disaster of, whether it's a natural disaster, which we all just went through, helping those people and supporting them, as well as when you come up against a business challenge or even a personal challenge for that fact. But friends, I just can't tell you, I just don't want anybody to miss out. Boot camp is going to be amazing. We have never done this before. And you have to be enrolled as my student in basics. It's Flower Farming School online, the basics, annual crops, marketing, and more. It's everything that you need to start a flower farming business and to grow it for several years. Because friends, it is a tool. And I showed you last night on Facebook and YouTube, I went into the course and moved around and showed everybody all of it and how it's keyword searchable. You can find your answers. I definitely recommend that if you are serious about starting a business, you need to buckle down and designate 4 hours a week to watch the videos. And then you can join the boot camps and have your questions lined up, right? And you're just going to kind of gulp it down. But then you're going to be going back to it year after year with more and more questions as your business grows. And friends, I just can't say how much I'd love to walk along beside you to help you walk in the footsteps of so many successful flower farmers before you. And to visit thegardenersworkshop.com, go to my course page. There are tons of student testimonials on the confidence building is perhaps one of the biggest pieces. Let me tell you something, friends. When you start your business without debt, which is the way I do it, without debt, and you have confidence and you have somebody to look to get an answer to your problem that you can count on, it makes you 3 inches taller. I'm not kidding you. And I experienced that myself with my own coaches and courses that I refer back to. It's like, oh yeah. And it never ends. Here I've been in business for 27 years and I still am as worried and concerned at times that I just have to go back and remind myself by listening to those that have gone before me. So friends, that's what I wanted to say. Don't miss out on the 7 live bootcamp sessions. And all students enrolled by October 31st, 12 midnight Eastern time are included. That's all my previous students. We are going to meet up live and we're going to have a intensive mini training, and then we're going to do live Q&As, and then the team has some other stuff really lined up. I mean, I'm sure if you followed along me long, you know that I am super passionate about teaching. I love teaching live, and there's just no telling what they've cooked up. This was their brainchild for me to do boot camp. I just never even considered it before. But I want to help you get in the trenches and get through this, so when you come out in spring, you're going to feel so much more equipped. And now is the time. If you're on the fence, now is the time so you can get in on boot camp. And so again, you can comment. What can you comment? I think you can comment basics to go straight to my course page. But if you want to join my webinar, masterclass that's happening tomorrow, Where to Sell Your Flowers, you can comment Sales 101 and we'll DM you, or you can find it all over at the Gardener's Workshop. All right, friends, and how about these Snapdragon babies? Telling you, a germination chamber. Once you get up there, you can see they're just sprouting. These just came out literally 30 minutes ago out of the steam bath that germinated them all, and they are all just germination test, my germination testing, and it's excellent. So friends, until we meet again, I'm here alone today, which means I am really gonna be doing in the trench work, planning, strategic thinking, focusing. So Tucker and I are gonna go upstairs in the studio, shut the door, pull the drapes, and just hunker down. And that's what I recommend that you do with Flower Farming School this winter. It's necessary, y'all. And that's exactly what I'm doing. All right, friends, till we meet again. Ciao.